This is the SML Today, and you are listening to the SML Podcast Network. Welcome back. It's the SML Today. We're back with me. It's a combo episode, weeks 14 and 15 in the SML. I still have most of my head intact. Let's get into the news. First, in week 14, the Panthers take down the Buccaneers 31-13. Panthers now after week 16 actually, now just one game behind the Buccaneers after that really slow start to the season thanks to Faz's vacations at the worst time, which is pretty much every time in the SML. Coach Paulie and the Giants knock off the Washington football team and DW. That team started really hot. They've now lost 3 straight games, and spoiler alert, it doesn't stop there. They keep losing. The Saints knock off the Jaguars 24-21. The Jaguars have a really, really brutal final stretch to the season, and this was not a good start to it. Jaguars looking like they're might be on the outs of the playoff picture. And in what may be the upset of the season, and I don't know if this was a CPU game or not, somebody put it in chat, I'm sure you will. The Packers knock off the Ravens 38-35. The Packers just 4 wins on the season, and the Ravens just 3 losses. That's a huge upset. The Browns pick up a big win over division rival Cincinnati with a 44-20 smattering of the Bengals. Browns currently lead the division, but the Bengals are trying to claw back into it. And last game for week 14 in a Super Bowl rematch, not a recent Super Bowl, well, kind of recent. The Colts knock off the Steelers in RD. That's Prime and RD. They met in a Super Bowl not too long ago. Colts win 24-0. Now on to week 15, another huge Colts game. The Colts knock off the Browns 24-14. That's the Browns' just second loss on the season, and it gives the Colts full control over the 1 seed headed down in the final stretch. In a potential playoff preview, the Lions and the Buccaneers. The Lions come away with this one 24-17. Both teams sit at 9-6 after week 16. This is a week 15 game, remind you. Mike Clark, almost as good as Brian Turner was. But, oh, by the way, Clark had half the attempts. Clark 268 on 15 attempts. Brian Turner 32 attempts, 277. Ravens get a chance to catch up with the Browns and take the lead in the division, but they can't do it as they drop a game 31-17 to the Bengals. Bengals still fighting and clawing for a playoff spot. Looks like they might be able to grab the 6th seed. I mentioned it earlier, but it wasn't the last loss, for the Washington football team. Washington drops another one, 28-27 to the Cardinals, and that one's a killer because that's a potential playoff preview. Well, it was before the football team started losing. Now it looks like they're not going to make the playoffs. In fact, they may stand no chance at this point. Cowboys-Eagles, 2 teams looking for a wild card spot. Cowboys come away with this one 34-28 in a fight for second place in the division and try to get in to that wild card. And the Raiders headed into the final 3 weeks with the chance to win the division. Not this week, but they got to keep pace. Raiders come away with a 27-15 victory over the Bills. That pushes the Raiders to 10-4. Now with just a couple weeks left to play, they are in the driver's seat. No new podcasts in the SML in the last couple of days, but if you haven't seen First and Goal, this latest episode is pretty awesome. Go check it out. And that about does it for this combo episode, weeks 14 and 15 of SML Season 46. Just 3 weeks left. That means 3 more episodes of SML Today for this season, and then we'll hit you with that off-season recap that we started with after the SML draft. Thanks for listening, and we will catch you next time.